Okay, everybody, welcome to round 2 of Not Playing Magic. We are playing K. Murin. Quick scouting, he is a white-black deck with just a few white big angels and then the black, a couple splinters, an imposter, undead executioner, those types of things. So the imposter we want to get rid of right away if we see it. So we'll go ahead and play first. Yeah, this hand's kind of slow for us, but it's okay. Getting the Justice out early before we play all of our guys is, I guess, better. We'll leave the planes up in case he's got something that needs to be righteous blown right away. No need to show the mountain just yet. Though if he scouted us, he saw it. Alright, well he doesn't have any of his ghouls. His butcher ghouls. He would have dropped one there. Alright, we'll ship the turn again. I'm fine with getting Justice out first. That's going to work for me. Alright, a 3-drop. The Fiend. Okay. We'll just wait and righteous blow that next turn, I feel like. Maybe he thinks we're flooded, whatever, but if we play the Vigilante Justice out now, then we end up taking too much damage, so we're not going to do that. Maybe he thinks something is up here, we'll see. Alright, this way we each take 3 rather than me taking 6 plus 3 later by playing out the Justice, so sort of an equalizing play there. And he hasn't hit his 4th land, but he does have a tomb. Okay, I'm not feeling too bad about this right now. We're going to play the Justice first here, before we play out the Prophet and the Cathar for obvious reasons, so the board's slow enough right now that we might take 3 next turn on the Angel's Tomb, but that's okay. He's probably got a lot of removal in his hand. Gotta think. Alright, Searchlight Geist, when we bring in our Cathar or Prophet next turn, we'll just go ahead and knock down. We're still going to have to figure out a way to deal with that tomb, so maybe we can Prophet cycle to a Seraph. Would be the best case scenario. Alright, we'll go ahead and play out a mountain, play out our Prophet to kill the Geist, and then see what we cycle to. Let's see, is there anything we could get for 2? Yeah, I suppose. We're not going to be blocking the flyer with the Prophet anyways, so okay, that's a fine pickup, because we can play 2 of those next turn now. And get in for 6 plus 2 if he doesn't play another creature. Alright. So we'll go ahead and kill the Blood Artist with one of our Cathars. We're not on that good of a clock, though. That tomb is actually going to do a little bit of damage to us. Or another plains, didn't really want that. Okay, so here we're going to go ahead and play out the first Cathar. Okay. He's got to click through. We're just going to kill it with the Justice, obviously. So he might Bone Splinters here if he has it. Would be my guess. Because he knows it's just going to get Vigilante Justiced. I'm sure he was hoping to keep out his Blood Artist a little longer, but we can't let that happen. Yeah, we're actually waiting on us. Alright. Did not play the second Cathar. Wow. Okay, that was just a fat finger click through that probably cost us the game because we would have put him to 12 there. Okay. That's just a bad play. Alright, well hopefully we draw in. I'm going to keep the other Cathar back for now because we don't have anything that costs more than 4 mana, so we'll get to play both on the next turn. Maybe it'll work out to our advantage somehow, though I'm gonna doubt it. Alright, we're gonna go down to 7. We really need to get an answer soon. Geez, would have been nice to have put him on the shorter clock. And of course we draw the mountain. Okay. That's fine, I guess. So the net effect of missing that 2 is going to actually potentially kill us. But we'll see. Misplay is a misplay. He's not hitting his land, which is very, very good. The fact that he's having to play out his sort of combo cards in one-offs because he's not hitting land is what we want to see. There's his imposter, who he's going to actually probably have to block with. And let's just hope we hit removal in the ideal world. Perfect. Alright, the play here is going to be to put that Angel's Tomb on his library. And then just attack in. He doesn't have enough mana to make that imposter worth anything, so... Oh. And he's probably going to have to block here, otherwise he just loses next turn. I think he wants to keep the imposter because he sees the value in the, obviously, the active, but if you're not going to get there, there's no value, so... Alright. 4-4, classic. If he hits his land, we're in trouble. If he doesn't, he's probably scooping, is my guess. I got a dog at the back door whining to get in, so that's cute. Alright, let's just hope we get a land a creature here. And that's game. We'll go ahead and drop this. Alright. So, give me 1 second to let the dog in, and then we'll deck tech. Okay, sorry about that. So, the thing that I probably do want to bring in here is another Cloud Shift. He has a few Bone Splinters and things that we'd just rather avoid getting nailed with. Farbog Explorer is good. As far as flyers go, he has a couple of those Geist, so Call to Serve is okay, but I don't know if it's a must include at this point. Things to take out, though. Probably the wall. I don't see it doing too much in this matchup, so. It also doesn't affect our Vigilante Justice tech. Thunderbolt we're going to bring in case he gets that enchantment out. We'll just go ahead and slap it off. That means we're probably going to lose a... Let's take a look. I guess the Vigilante. Probably the worst card left in our hand. Alright. We're going to go ahead and submit this. Let Key Mirren decide whether or not he wants to go. Ooh, this is just an ugly play, or ugly hand to have. But we're on the draw. We're going to keep it. Oh, accidental mulligan to fair hand. Alright. Jeez, 2 misplays in one video. This is amazing. Let's hope he doesn't have something better. But I do like having the Cloud Shift with the Seraph if he tries to Bone Splinter us or whatever, so... we do need to draw into our mountain pretty quickly. Let's go ahead and ship the turn back to ourselves. Alright, there's our mountain, so not getting terribly worried yet. If he plays out anything threatening, such as the Imposter, we'll just go ahead and pillar it. Alright, there's the tomb. But once we get our Seraph up, the tomb isn't too concerning. Alright, we're gonna, again, sit. See what he does. Probably gonna drop something for the tomb to activate. Alright, driver. Might be worth killing the driver now before he has anything to get back with it. Depends what we draw into, obviously. I'd like to play Seraph when I have the ability to cloud shift it with mana. Yeah, let's go ahead and pillar this driver to make it useless. Ship the turn. Hope to draw into a land and get our Seraph up with cloud shift protection on the next turn. Alright, he is drawing into his mana this game, which is not as good for us. Alright, there's the Imposter, of course. And once he gets one more mana, that Imposter becomes kind of tough to deal with. Okay, that's what we wanted to see. So we're going to go ahead and play out our Seraph, leaving up Cloud Shift mana. And assuming he hits a land next turn, he's probably just going to try to eat the Seraph, and we'll just Cloud Shift it away. But really, a Dark Imposter with the mana to use it is just going to be very tough to deal with. So, all right, let's see what he's got in store. All right, perfect. That's what we wanted to see. That's why we saved the Cloud Shift back. And once he gets that 6 mana, though, life becomes pretty tough for us. We do need to go ahead and get the lifelink then. I mean, I'm just playing right now, assuming that we're going to end up losing to that stupid Dark Imposter. So I want to get in as much damage and lifelink as I can at the moment. Don't know what saves us from the Imposter. I guess a Banishing Stroke is going to be a very good card for it. Alright, there's a Blood Artist. He's going to get in for 3. He's not hitting that mana, and that might actually be our saving grace. Alright, so he's going to get in for 5. That's fine. We're going to attack and probably Zealous Strike next turn if we need to. Okay, this makes it a little bit more interesting. We'll go ahead and play this out, assuming next turn we're just going to kind of go a little bonkers. I still think we're in a spot where we want to get that damage in while we can before the Exile Fest happens. Next turn we're obviously in a very good spot in that we're going to be attacking for a ton, even if he does snag one of our guys. So, he did not hit his land. This is very good. He can't really do much of anything. Alright, we're going to go ahead and play our Revolt and swing with Team. Possibly throwing the Zealous Strike in the air. Okay, let's see what he's going to be taking here. It's probably 6, 8, and then we'll Zealous Strike up. Yeah, I think that this is going to be the play. Let's see what he blocks with. If he blocks with the Imposter, we just outright kill it. Okay. We're going to Zealous Strike that right away. Make him use some sort of other tech on us, some Bone Splinters or something. He's really thinking about that block there, and I don't know why he's blocking that. After this one turn with the hasted Thatcher's Revolt, the right ringleader's not going to do a whole lot smashing into a board of blockers, so I kind of hope he does do that, but we'll see. He's probably pretty sad he didn't hit his final land, but not our problem. He also probably wants to go ahead and block with the Blood Artist here. He needs that lifelink, whether he knows it or not is another thing. Okay, so we go ahead and get rid of his threat, do a ton of damage. I think that this might just be over. We'll see what he draws into. Thatcher's Revolt, Blood Artist, actually fairly good interaction, but we've still got a couple cards in hand, and one's a haste, so we're probably in an okay spot. However, if he has a Bone Splinters for the Seraph, makes it a little more interesting. Alright, he's bringing out the Twins, bringing out the Tomb. He's got to go ahead and attack with it. Alright, we're going to have to do some thinking here. Okay, that's a good card to have picked up. So we're going to go ahead and play this one a little slow then. We'll just attack with our, well, no, we actually won't. We'll save that to block the Angel if we need to. That'll be the play. We're not going to attack with the Seraph here, because the Seraph blocks the Angel and gives us lifelink. If he swings in with just the Twins, then we'll just let that happen. Blood Artist is giving us a little bit of trouble, especially after that Thatcher's Revolt play. Yeah, I probably should have Zealous Strike the Seraph on that. Alright, Grave Exchange is fine. He's going to get his Dark Imposter back. We'll give up the Cathar, obviously. Not feeling too good about our spot right now, actually. Because Dark Imposter is going to drop and then in one following turn do some damage to us. But we're going to go ahead and get 4 in the air here and swing through him. So I don't know what he'll have that can block. We'll see. But we are swinging with team. And I don't think he can win this one, even with the amount of dying and trading going on. We shall see. Yep, and that's game. Pretty quick, round 2. That's again one reason why I like the splash, or the red slash decks, because the red side of them just sort of gets in there and gets some work done. Again, thank you for watching round 2. Tune in for the finals. Let's see if I can go 3-0 in this draft. And thanks for subscribing. I appreciate my viewers, and we'll see you in the finals.